Hello everyone, welcome to this special broadcast, transmission, whatever you want to call it. I have been thinking about this concept of unlock your power. That's what I was guided to call the upcoming October retreat. And I was wondering, I talk about this and I use this phrase, unlock your power. Hey Chris, and I wondered, do people really even know what I mean when I say unlock your power? So I wanted to give you a little tutorial, if you will, a little explanation of some how-tos, how to unlock your power. So the first thing is to open your heart, because when I speak about power, I'm talking about love. I'm talking about the power that comes from our hearts. And we in this culture have been kind of indoctrinated with that word power. It's another one of those buzzwords like money, where there can be a lot of resistance to us having power, because we've seen how power has been convoluted, we've seen how power has been misused, and perhaps we've even done it ourselves in other lifetimes or parallel lifetimes. And so we have kind of like this almost a visceral reaction to this word power. And I want to have you come into a place of neutrality with this word. And again, just like I talked about with in the money video, to connect to the love and light aspects of power, to connect to the positive aspects of power, the kind of power that we as light workers want to use in this world to create heaven on earth, to create the shift, the change, all the things that we desire. So I wanted to preface that explanation about power before we really dive into how to unlock it, because you want to know what you're unlocking, right? You're unlocking the power of love that comes from your heart. So how to unlock your power, the first step is to open your heart. Now, you like that flower, Jerry? So when you open your heart, there's a few things to be aware of that can happen. Most of us have a lot of wounding around our heart. Most of us have been hurt. We've gone through relationships that haven't worked out, or we've been hurt in some way, and so we protect our heart. And there's often this kind of sludge that you have to go through before you get to the gold that's inside your heart. And so when I say open your heart, yes, it's sort of a simple thing, but it also can bring a lot of complexity with it, because it means you have to be willing to go through the layers of sludge, the wounding, the hurt, the pain, in order to get to the love and the light and the power that's inside. So I suggest that this be a very gentle, gradual process for you. Some of my biggest heart opening has come from failed relationships, or relationships that were failures in my eyes anyway, and I was heartbroken. But what happened with that heartbreak was my heart literally was broken open, and what I found inside was this amazing beauty and this light and this love and this strength and this power that I might not have found had I not allowed my heart to open. If I had, shut myself down and kept myself locked up and protected, I may not have accessed that love and that power that lies within my heart. So when you set out to open your heart, understand that you may have to go through some healing, that finding of your wholeness, before you can see the power or the light that is within you. And so I invite you to allow this to be a very gentle process with yourself and for yourself. And if you need to hire a practitioner and get some assistance with that, there's no shame in that. There's nothing wrong with that. We're here to work with each other in that way and help each other out in that way. So I certainly had my mentor by my side as I was going through that big heartbreak. And that made all the difference for me. It allowed me to stay open. Whereas if I was by myself, I might have, stayed closed off and shut down. Because when you start to really feel that wounding, especially if you are a deep, sensitive feeler like me, when you start to feel that wounding, everything within you wants to shut down. Everything within you just wants it all to stop, wants it all to go away. You don't want to feel the pain. You don't want to feel the hurt. But when you open up and your heart begins to reveal itself to you, it also reveals all the wounding and the pain that's around your heart. So again, I invite you to allow that to be a very gentle, loving process for yourself. As you open your heart, allow that to be a nourishing experience. Like, find nourishing things to do for yourself as you go through that experience. Honor and love and cherish yourself as you go through that experience. And for some of you, maybe this doesn't resonate. Maybe you don't have pain and wounding around your heart. That's amazing. That's great. Just set that intention for your heart to be more and more open, more expansive, so that you can access the light, the love, the power that is within your heart. Now, another thing that I did in my journey to unlock my power, very early in my awakening experience, I understood that I needed to deprogram and reprogram my DNA. I needed to change my DNA because I knew that I was indoctrinated, I knew I was programmed, and I knew that in order for me to free myself and to find my power, that I would need to go through that process. And it's ongoing. I'm still, still doing it. There's always new levels, right? And that's beautiful and amazing, and I'm so grateful that I get the opportunity to be on this journey and to do this kind of work for myself and for those whom I serve. So you can set that intention. It really is where you start is with that intention that you want to reprogram your DNA. You want to deprogram all the indoctrination, all the imprints and implants that we have experienced, and to reprogram yourself so that the powerful aspects of you can shine and come to light. Instead of being suppressed, as many of us have been, instead of being bound by the matrix energies, as many of us have been, we can actually reprogram our DNA to get out of the matrix, to be in a different vibration, to be in a different environmental experience. And it does take you start with the intention, right? But then it does take some discipline. So when you notice something that doesn't serve you, you reprogram yourself. And I started out with reprogramming the DNA, that concept, as I'm sharing in this this video with you, but it's more than just your DNA. It's also your mind, it's your emotional body. All of these things need to be reprogrammed and reoriented towards your power, towards the true power of love that comes from your heart. So those are some simple things for you to start with. Well, maybe not so simple, but the concepts are simple. The actual daily discipline isn't always as simple, but the idea is actually very simple. So work with opening your heart and that idea of finding your wholeness through the wounding, through the pain, and then also work with the idea of reprogramming your DNA. Allowing your DNA to unfold into the powerful being that you are. Allowing the codes of power that have been locked up within your DNA. I talk about this in some other forums where, we're multidimensional beings, we're multifaceted, and we interface with many other realms and realities. We're multiversal travelers. Many of us have been, traveling through the multiverse, and we've, incarnated here on Earth. And what that means is within your DNA and within your cellular memory, you have codes and energetic signatures and knowledge and wisdom about power, about love, about all of these things that we've come to Earth to bring here. Oh, thank you, Peggy. So we have these amazing abilities, we have these amazing codes within our DNA, and when we set the intention to deprogram and reprogram our DNA, it's not just to deprogram the indoctrination of this incarnation, it's also to unlock and unfold those energetic signatures and codes from the multiverse, from where we've been traveling. Many of us, especially those who are drawn to me and what I share, have a tremendous amount of wisdom And for some of us, it's readily available depending on how much work we've done on ourselves and how open we are, etc. And so for some of us, it's still locked away. And so when I talk about unlock your power, I'm talking literally about unlocking these codes of wisdom that you have within you. And that's really one of the focuses, is that a word? The foci? Grammar, somebody help me with grammar. That's really going to be a focus of our retreat in October, the Unlock Your Power retreat, is activating your spiritual gifts, activating the wisdom that you have from your travels throughout the multiverse. It is within you now. And you can begin to unlock it now. And I said in another video, as soon as you register for the retreat, the energy starts. Deborah, the retreat is here in Sedona, Arizona, October 19th through the 22nd. So as soon as you register and you invest in yourself, the energy of that unfolding, of that activation begins, because you say you're making a commitment. And you're saying, yes, I'm ready for the process to start. So even though the retreat's still, a little over 3 months out, you're, we'd love to have you here, Deborah, that would be amazing. Even though the retreat's still 3 months away, when you make that kind of commitment to yourself, the energy begins to unfold within you, especially when you combine your intention with your investment. That's really, really powerful. So even, and if you aren't being called to the retreat, that's fine. What you can do is begin to work with opening your heart, begin to work with your DNA and asking the multiversal wisdom that you have within your being to be unlocked in your DNA, to unfold within your DNA, and to allow it to come into your conscious and even intellectual awareness. Because we are human, we have intellects, we have minds, and a lot of people say, get rid of the mind, throw the mind away. It's kind of like the ego thing, get rid of the ego. And I'm like, no, we want to use our intellect, we want to integrate our mind with our heart. So if you can set that intention and ask your DNA to communicate with your intellect, to communicate with your heart, you can get some of that conscious knowing of the wisdom that you have within your DNA. You can get some of that conscious, those energetic signatures and those codes. You can get some of that in your conscious awareness and in your intellectual understanding. Yes, balance is key. So I say be led by your heart and use your intellect as an integrated part in service to your heart. So anyway, that's just a little side note. So anyway, those of you who want to unlock your power, I do invite you to tune into the October retreat to see if this is for you, to see if you feel drawn to this, to see if you feel a calling to this. I've secured a beautiful space on a beautiful property, and the rooms that are available at the retreat space are first come, first serve. So if you are feeling called to the retreat and you want to get the energy started for yourself, I definitely recommend registering as soon as possible so you can grab one of those spots within the retreat house. If you have any questions about the retreat, feel free to put them in the comments below. One of the things that I am doing is I am going to, whoever is feeling called but isn't quite sure how to get there, or maybe the money isn't there right now, or you're not quite sure if this is for you, but you feel something with it, give me your name, and I'm going to put your name, I'm going to create a crystal grid that is especially for the Unlock Your Power retreat, and I'm going to put your name within that crystal grid. So it's a way of physicalizing your presence here in Sedona, and then if you are truly in alignment, you can appear here in your physical body as well. So you can either put your name in the comments below and say, yes, I'm feeling a resonance with this retreat. You can send me a private message. If you're watching this, yes, Deborah, got it. If you're watching this video on YouTube, you can put your name in the comments below, or you can send me a private message via creationtemple.com/contact or susiebeiler.com/contact. I will definitely, after this video is over, I'll put in the comments rather, the link to the retreat page. It's creationtemple.com/retreat. So if you know how to spell creation and temple and retreat, you're good to go. creationtemple.com/retreat. So thank you for joining me today. I hope this video was helpful for you. And if you have any questions about what I shared, not just questions about the retreat, feel free to post those in the comments below. Kristen, I got it. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Guilherme? Sorry. Are you saying you want to be part of the Crystal Grid? If so, just give me a quick shout out and say yes, I want to be part of the Crystal Grid. So again, those of you who have just joined me on the live, if you're feeling a resonance with the Unlock Your Power retreat here in Sedona and you want to be a part of that, give me your name either in the comments or send me a private message and I will put you, okay, got it. Thank you, Guilherme. I will put you in the Crystal Grid to physicalize your presence here in Sedona, Arizona. And if you're truly meant to be here, you will show up in physicality in your human being form. So much love to all of you. I appreciate you. I will be doing another video soon, I'm sure. And take good care of yourselves. You guys, the energies right now are really intense and they're constantly intensifying and they're powerful. They can really assist you in unlocking your power. They can assist you in bringing up things to the surface that you need to heal or clear or transmute, whatever language you want to use around that. Just be super gentle and loving with yourselves as much as possible. So I love you and I will see you in the next video. Mwah.